Hi grade 6s. Today we're going to be looking at a subtraction method called reverse addition. And it's a little different than probably what you've seen before, but if you practice it, you actually will get faster at subtraction than using the traditional method that you've used. So let's start with our first question here. We've got 3,168 minus 1,247. So what we do with the reverse addition method is we start at the bottom number and we ask ourselves, what do we have to add to make the top number? So here what we have to do is we have to ask ourselves, 7 plus what equals 8? Well, the answer is 1. Then we ask ourselves, okay, 4 plus what is 6? 2. That was easy. 2 plus what is 1? Oh, well, this is where it gets a little confusing, because now what we'll do is we'll say, okay, let's add 10 to both the top number and the bottom number. So I'm going to add a 10 down here and record it with just a line, and up here I'm going to pretend that this is 10 more. So now we're going to ask ourselves, how many 2 plus what equals 11? Remember, we've added the 10 up here. So 2 plus what equals 11? And that answer is 9. And now when we come to this next column, remember we've got this other 10 here, but because it's moved over one place value, it only counts as 1. So really what we've got is 1 plus 1 equals 2. So now we say 2 plus what equals 3, and the answer is 1. So the answer to this question is actually 1,921. Let's look at a question that's a little more difficult and see how it goes. So once again, we've got our lower numbers here, and that's where we start. So we ask ourselves, 5 plus what is 9? So the answer is 4. 7 plus what is 2? Well, you can't. So let's add 1 to the next column. So that's adding a 10 to that column, because here it would be a 1. Now we've added 10 since we moved it up one place value. And now we can pretend this is 12. So now you say 7 plus what is 12? And that gives us 5. And now we don't just have the 4 here, but we've got the 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus what is 0? Well, we can't do that, so we have to add 1 again to the next column, or adding a 10 to the next column. So now we can pretend that this is 10 because we've added 10 there. So 5 plus what is 10? That gives us 5. 8 plus 1 is 9, but this is 6. So now we have to add another 1 up further, even though there's nothing there. We'll store it there, so we'll keep it in mind when we've got the 4. So now this becomes 16 because we've added 10 to this, we've added 10 to this. So now we've got 9 plus what is 16? The answer is 7. And then 1 plus what equals 4? And that is 3. So our answer becomes 37,554. Let's look at one more example. Let's see how we do it here. And we're starting right off with the fact that you've got 3 plus what equals 0. You can't go into 0. So we have to add 10 to both the top number and the bottom number to keep it balanced, to keep it equal. So we'll store the 1 down here. That's a 10 there. And so we'll pretend that this is 10. So 3 plus what is 10? The answer is 7. And now it would be 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus what is 2? So since it's lower, again we add 1 to the next column. So now 3 plus what is 12? The answer is 9. And once again we've got 8 here. 7 plus 1. But we need to make that 10, so we add another one to the next column. So 8 plus what is 10? The answer's 2. And we've got 5 here, 4 plus 1, but this is again a 0, so we have to add 1 again. So now we've got 5 plus what is 10. There's another 5. And 3 plus 1 is 4. Now you can either say 4 plus what equals 13, and that's probably the best way to do it, or you could say you've got 4 into 3, so you would have to add 1 here, and then this now becomes 13, so then 4 into 13 gives you 9. And if you did it that way, then you've got 1 plus 0 equals 1, so that's where we end off. We've got 95,297. So I know this is a new method to many of you, or to all of you, and so give it a try. And I find myself, I use this method because it's a lot faster than the traditional regrouping. It is a regrouping, but it's a different type. You don't have to worry about crossing out and carrying 10 to make it 9, to make it 10, to make it 9, and going on like that. This way, all you do is put lines. And I find it faster. Maybe you will too. If it works for you, great. If not, use whatever method works for you. But enjoy!